Welcome to Daily Tax Savings. This is Tony Novak, and I'm here to share some tips on saving taxes and staying out of tax trouble. Today's topic is innocent spouse, and that made the title Innocent Spouse Must Be Innocent. So let's start with the basics. For a married taxpayer, the government generally assumes that each of the spouses is fully responsible for the entire amount of the tax. I know that that's not how a lot of modern couples think of it. They think that, well, I pay the tax on my salary and you pay the tax on your salary, and that's it. Well, that's not how the government looks at it. If there is a deficiency, they look at either spouse, the accounts, the assets, um, the resources, the income, the Social Security checks of either one to pay the entire tax due by the couple, either one. So there's a concept to make that not so severe, and that's called innocent spouse rules. And this is a case where, as often happens, one person, one spouse might be running a business might be a mess, might not be paying tax, might even be shortchanging serious issues like payroll tax liabilities, other people's withholdings, and spending that for business operations. We've talked about that as being a terrible type of situation. So normally, the IRS can go after just about anything and everything if either spouse owns personal assets, personal accounts, bank accounts, vehicles, houses, can go after all of that. There is a provision where if one spouse didn't know, wasn't involved, wasn't their business, perhaps they were lied to and said, hey, or just sign this, and they didn't get into the details of what was owed. In those cases, there is a provision for innocent spouse relief. So that's the starting point. What we're here today to talk about is that only works if, in fact, the spouse wasn't involved and didn't know. If both spouses know for years and years, for example, the taxes are not being paid, and let's say each of them has income and neither of them are paying taxes, this is not going to work. There is another concept called equitable relief. And in that case, equitable relief would not apply if both of the taxes knowingly ignored tax obligations, particularly for a long period of time. So that's the point of this message. Innocent spouse, first of all, is a very difficult defense to take. It takes quite a bit of effort to win one of those defense cases. It is worth pursuing, but it does take significant work when it applies. But it does not apply when both spouses perhaps owed tax, both knew about it, and both of them didn't pay. We'd love to hear if you have any thoughts, comments, or feedback on this topic. I'm easy to reach on social media, or if you want to talk privately one-on-one, that's easy to do. Just go to the website, taxproblems.cpa, and click the Let's Talk button. I'll be back tomorrow with another Tax Savings Minute.